This is a period, a time of an epic tragedy with custody of emptiness. We are rolling with the rule of experience, but with our resilience, the pens and the ardents that bloom their radiance at the utterance of sense. Like a statue, we watch the sun we treaded deeply and allows to share a bed with our soul becomes the say of this dunya. This is a period when faith is on the lips while the heart are filled with doubt. A period when salawat is a choice or a marital ways, speeding like the same boat to catch a favorite show. When the month of Ramadan is a time for competition, as iftar is cooked and posted on social media, awaiting likes, comments, and retweets. When charity is no more ibadah, but an advertisement of the one with the most wealth. After the Prophet said, among the 7 people that will be shaded by Allah's shade is one who gives charity secretly, but we give charity at the scenery of the daylight. A time when Hajj is for the rich and the poor are left to dream, as supplication is swapped with location of shops for jewelers and elsewhere. This is a period when knowledge is suppressed and ignorance is progressed. A time filled with false scholars preaching for fame after nothing but the weight of their account. Attitudes so ugly, but they still wear the marks of a saint to lure followers into their nest. When a mother cannot go to her child for what is done behind closed doors, for the love of this dunya has poisoned our hearts and made us slaves to its desire. A time when haram is spiced and disguised as halal, while lives of nobodies are reserved of pleasure for those with killing syndrome, a diagnosis made by their armed hands. When morning glory no longer glow with that sun mixed with freshness of purity, but instead its brightness depends on the number of body wiped out, with cries of sorrow as fresh vibe. This is a period when oppression is a norm, for it is darkness on the day of resurrection, but we sit and watch, even when the Prophet told us, help the oppressors and the oppressed ones, the oppressors by seizing their hands, but we raise their hands to block the voices of the weak. A time when holding on to our deen is like grasping a burning coil, and it burns so deeply that we begin to question, are we in the right path? When haram is looked down on and hated in the heart, which is the weakest of iman, while the Quran is left on the shelf for decoration, all coated in dust, then how can we see when the guidance is closed? It is a fact that we can't undo what is done, but we can switch off the code that makes us go cold by repenting, and a path that will lighten our way in the midst of darkness will be on automatically. I know they say we can't do it, always read our lives, but we are humans. That means we are more than capable. Because having a brain that thinks beyond any inventory is not an illusion or a story we hear in biology, but a glory that is built in us from the beginning of our lives on earth. But to fuel our capability, we have to let go the innovation, for there are distractions that causes confusion in the direction of the Creator of the best of creations. You see, reciting a chapter from the guide given to us will not only erase our heart, but be our companions and our graves and the shade on the day of resurrection, the day every part of our body will be given a voice to speak. And surely they will speak. But for their words to be in our favor, we have to seek for Islamic knowledge from Islamic scholars in an Islamic way to save ourselves from ignorance, the spies of the vision, the driver of ill manners, and become Muslims by choice, not by birth. Thank you so much.